check out TECNOBLIX's video entitled, which is great, Capitalism Framed as Game Development. I love it. I think he's talking about Yanis Varoufakis, if I'm saying his name correctly. He's a economist. I believe he's a Greek economist, but let's check out to see capitalism framed as game development. Okay, here we go. Get ready for this. This is going to be a deep trip down. I'm telling you what, Techno, cool ass member. He's going through some cancer treatments right now of the lung. He did a lot of mowing of lawns with some type of chemical. And I'm sure he doesn't mind me sharing all this history with you, but like, I get to know about you guys, so I want you guys to get to know about others in the community, and I want you guys to know no bullshit. I love learning about all of you, and I love every single one of you. I love learning about you. One of the reasons I love fan feedback is I get to learn about you, right? Techno is one of those guys who puts it out there and he talks about this, and I absolutely love him. He's going through chemo right now, so Tech, we absolutely love you, bro. Fight, fight, fight. You're going to beat this shit. And let's see what he says here. Capitalism framed as game development. Very deep, smart individual here. Here he
Hello,
goes.
everyone.
It's winding up.
I was not watching Facebook and YouTube like I usually do. I was mowing the lawn.
Listen, nobody cares about Dr. Disrespect here, Midgards. Don't get people like Midgards. I know you're new. Hold on 1 second. I just got to teach Midgards something here. I know Pepe. I know. I'm not kicking him out. He's new. Midgards is new here. Midgards is new. I know. Listen. Midgards. This is the only stream that matters. Nobody else's stream. Nobody's going to Dr. Disrespect in 5 minutes. Yeah. Here's where the magic is. Trust me. You don't want to go over there. Trust me.
It is 1,000 degrees outside with 1,000% humidity, and being not well in general with chemo, cancer, all the issues that I've got going on, it is a lot.
Understatement.
I just took a 10-minute cold shower, which I hate, and I'm still sweating. I should really wait. My cat is
I'm wondering what the fuck tat he's got now. Like, what's the tat? Like, now I'm wondering.
for my attention.
Okay, Dinus.
But I had a thought.
Tell your wife we said hi.
As I was mowing the lawn. Musical Zeus sent me a link.
It's okay. Father says, wow, also promoting another stream and someone's stream is kind of disrespectful. It is, but it's okay. Midgards is new. It's okay. He's learning.
To
it's a Pico. Oh my God, don't be a Pico.
We always argue back and forth.
God damn it. It better not be a Pico. Now we got to ask TECNOBLIX when he gets in here if that's a fucking Pico tat. I will. Oh my God.
Capitalism.
Don't you do that to
what
me.
It is and what it ought to be. I am the ought. He is the is, which is very frustrating.
Tech. He's great.
And the frustrating part for me, the reason I wanted to make the video, is the frustrating part to me is,
here we go, dropping the
everyone that's arguing for capitalism, the way capitalism is, the way the system is arguing, or seems to be arguing, from the position that that is the best way, the only way, and it can never be changed, and to do anything to shackle the invisible hand of the market is a sin against sea God.
Oh my God, I love him. So I am huge in the economy. I'm going to keep it brief because I don't want to bore everybody, but I will say this. The way the capitalism is constructed is probably one of the better economic formats compared to others, according to governments that control said markets. Okay, so like, this is why I get hooked into tech, dude. This is why I watch TECNOBLIX's videos, because of these statements, dude. He goes on these tangents, man. They're so fucking deep. And I'm telling you right now, it's not a perfect system. Capitalism is not a perfect system. But the free markets, which, you know, we use that term loosely, right, Tech? I understand they're not free markets. They're heavily manipulated. Most markets are heavily manipulated by the money itself. The money itself is the corruption. That's the trick. That's the greatest trick the devil ever pulled. Remember The Usual Suspects? You remember Kaiser Sose? The best trick the devil ever proved, or the best trick the devil ever. What the fuck is that quote? Oh, I gotta get that quote. Hold on, I'll get that quote while he's talking.
Which cat is Capitalism God. Sure. And they're not wrong exactly. But I want
to. This is it. This is what I'm talking about.
The greatest trick the devil ever pulled was convincing the world he didn't exist.
Yeah. Also money. Also money. You know, I could have a really deep philosophical talk about this, but I will refrain from my thought process.
I'd like to, what's the term? Rephrase it, reframe the message,
okay.
Reframe the idea.
I love this. Okay. We're getting deep.
I have been for probably more than a decade now following a video game, Star Citizen. I should probably put that up. I should probably just open up a new and
he's wrapping Star Citizen into this. I love it.
We're all professionals here. Do not restore. Star Citizen. And so I've been following this game for
10 plus. He's been following it almost as long as I have. I think maybe the same.
More than 10 years.
Yep.
When it was first of crowdfunded, all that. And so what? And it's not about the game. I just want to put some images up. Star Citizen.
I love this. It's got me hooked already, man.
Does it really matter? Let's go with.
What's he trying to do? Come on, Tech.
There we go.
Okay.
Good enough. Make that slightly bigger. So I want to reframe the idea of capitalism as game development.
Okay. All right.
Capitalism as a game. Capitalism is not, in my opinion, and you're here for my opinion, right? Is a game in development. It's an alpha. We are in.
Yeah. Oh my God. He's so right about that. It's an alpha format. Yeah, he's absolutely right about that. Capitalism is an alpha format, right? So there's always going to be like new rules or deleted rules. You see that all the time. And you see the monies change. You see the forms of the actual money itself as money being changed over 1,000+ years. You see it go from shells and beads to, it went from barter initially, and then it went to actual things, then a shiny rocks called gold, and then cash paper, and then credit card plastic, and now digital. You continue to see money evolve. We're still in the alpha format when it comes to capitalism. See, this is why I love tech. Do you understand? He's making the case for, like, let's talk about capitalism as an actual game, as actual game development. And he's right. Spot on. We're an alpha. We're an alpha format with capitalism. Well, actually, we might be in beta. I might disagree with you, Tech. We might be in beta. I know you'll appreciate that. I know he will appreciate that comment.
In alpha. Star Citizen, or capitalism, is not finished. Right. Not only did we make up the rules, right, we are continuing to change the rules.
That's what I'm
Every time we discover a new technology, every time we discover a new mineral or energy source, the rules change.
Right.
So in game development, capitalists, the ones that are going, no, this is the way it is. It's perfect. Do not shackle it. Do not change it. And the wealthy people, the ones that are winning, are what usually ones beating their chest on this. Don't change anything. It is the.
He's not wrong. He's not wrong about that. However, I will say at its base root format in his alpha context, it's still doesn't mean it's right, but it's still one of the best systems for a free market to flourish. And I use that free loosely, okay? It's still a best expression. Like having humans decide the price is the best system. Having humans decide the price, there is power in that. Capitalism offers that solution. However, the base form of the money that we're using to transact with, when that denominator starts to change away from us because of money printing, and the very thing that we're transacting becomes devalued, that's the source of the problem in most economic systems, capitalism included.
The most comprehensive system we've ever discovered, and it will never be better, and it should be written in stone. And we call those in the development, or those who follow game development, we call those white knights. So there are in Star Citizen people that go, no, this game is perfect. They're going to do everything right, no matter what.
There's cases of abuse on pricing, but government should really be careful about stepping in. But I hear what you're saying. Father's Game says, DG, there's also laws that keep people in check, though. For example, hurricanes in Florida and the bottles of water gets crazy, stupid, ridiculous. And I understand that. But it is a function of an economy that is basing price off of actual demand and supply. So sometimes those prices are simply because the supply is not there and the demand is high and the price is reflected as higher. However, there is corporate gouging. So I understand Father's Game. There has to be rules to the game. And that's one of Tech's talking points here is that, capitalism in itself is still in an alpha format, right? So great. I love this. I love this conversation right now. Sorry if you don't, but I'm totally into this. And I love Tech. I absolutely love this, man. It inspires such deep thinking. It's great.
Devs do is right, and we need to just conform to how they make the game, or how the game is coming out. And white knights are generally looked down upon in game dev. They are there. They have their reason. I mean, they have their place. I mean, I'm good with the people that say they love it the way it is. I loved No Man's Sky when it first came out, but I was dealing with some serious depression, so it was at a level that I could handle. So that was why I like that. I'm still just sweating like crazy. So the White Knights, capitalist White Knighters, are, particularly with capitalism, really annoying. Really annoying, because in my mind what it also feels like is copium. It is the system that has been forced on you all your life. And I will compare this, I haven't experienced this myself because I've always kind of lived my life out loud. I've always just kind of whipped it out, and if you didn't like it, you could just suck it. Metaphorically. But with someone that has been forced, and I'll use the the queer movement, or someone that has been too afraid to come out, so they've conformed, and they've all their life, and all religion is very much like this also. They've conformed and squashed themselves into the shape of the box that they feel they've been forced to. I get it. No disparaging.
I would here's the analogy in itself is rather confusing. Pun intended. Sorry, that was a bad joke. But what I think that he's trying to get across is that capitalism in itself is not the direction to put justifications on the game's development time. He's saying just because they're making money and just because the revenues are coming in does not justify the actual development itself. And I wholeheartedly agree. It does dictate direction in terms of actual production, the teams that are involved, how they communicate with one another, if somebody's got a job or if somebody's not got a job. The revenues actually will dictate. The capitalist part of the game development will actually, in a fan-funded model, dictate the pace. It will also dictate how they go about completing the project. So for me, as an example, I talk about Capitalism and Star Citizen a lot, go over revenues a lot, and talk about how revenues really are important because it is a barometer. It is a metric to use based upon whether the game itself is going to be a success or not. So I don't think he's necessarily talking about somebody like me directly. However, I do find it interesting because a lot of people do call me a white knight, and I would not say that TECNOBLIX is talking about me directly, but it does harken back to some of the things I've said in terms of the revenues being an important metric. So I just want to make sure to get things straight here on my end is that we're talking about revenues as a barometer, as a metric, not using it as the end all or be all, and then that's what we conform to and get crushed with. That is not at all what I would say that I am talking about. And I don't think he's referring to me as somebody, but I'm so on the fence lately with people calling me a white knight that I don't know, even TECNOBLIX, who's been a member here forever, could be talking about me as an example. I don't even know. That could be my paranoia as well. Who knows?
Thoughts there. We do what we do to survive, but it is cope. And I feel
yes
that people that have been forced to do that in areas like religion or sexual preference are now have folds or cracks or broken or are malleable to such a degree that they don't see as much of a problem doing it in other areas, like with capitalism, like with other systems that they're forced to conform to that don't affect their sexuality or their belief system, where they can, it's just part of who they are. It's the box. And so I feel like a lot of capitalists are just like a closeted gay preacher that is screaming at the top of their lungs how bad gayness is, but a capitalist is screaming at the top of their lungs how great capitalism is and how that's the only thing that will move humanity forward. It's how we got to where we are. It's how we built buildings. It's how we made cars. It's how everything got done. Capitalism was the way we.
No. I don't think that's a viewpoint held by a lot of people, Tech. I think that the innovation, the human heart, he's not. This is interesting because I'm like, what the fuck's like the analogies here? But listen, this is why I love watching Tech, man. He really makes you think. Like he's taking these different angles and put them together. Here's one thing. I disagree right now, is that innovation, the human spirit, our code, we're explorers. This is what brings about change. Elon, this is an example some people might not like, but Elon wasn't doing the things that he was doing because of the money. It could have been ego. But he was doing it for the passion of doing it, for the exploration, for finding it. Capitalism didn't conform Elon. Elon would not conform to that. He's just doing it to do it because that's his character, to do that, So I think it's getting a little bit off track in terms of that analogy, personally. Anyhow, I'm gonna take a step back because there's a lot we could unpackage here and talk about. But I do respect Tech. Cool dude. If we could get a shout out on Tech Daft, let me link his channel. I'll link this video. Say hi from DG360. He is a member here. Maybe not anymore. I don't know if I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But I will say this. I am a fan of Tech, and I hope Tech continues to fight this battle that he is under. Fuck cancer. That's one thing I think everyone can agree on. And get better, Tech, and keep fighting. And you never fucking give up, bro. And you never, ever let capitalism or anything else put you in a motherfucking box. All right? You can do it. We love you. Keep being you.